if you have a Volkswagen, you're gonna need to replace the steering coupler at some point. It's a rubber part, it's gonna get old and cracked and nasty. Now, what does the steering coupler do? How does it work? Well, there's a piece like this, right? And that piece comes out of your steering column where it goes up to your dash, right? And your steering wheel. And there's another piece, it's a female piece like that, right? This metal piece, part right there, right? And this piece goes on your steering box. And there's a coupler, if they're whole, they have 4 bolts that hold them in, or in this case, have rivets. Now, originally, some of the cars came with rivets. Can you see? Let me try to get that up there. Can you see those rivets, like on the front and back? Like, we replace them with bolts when you replace the steering coupler. But if you've got rivets like I had on my car, it had never been replaced before. So I had to grind these things off. And man, it was a pain. That's what they look like, right? Check it out. You see I had to grind that off. So I had to grind the heads of those off. And I took the shallow side of that rather than the big side. And I ground off the shallow side on this piece. Then I was able to wiggle that thing out of there, get it out. And then I just replaced this piece. I could have done both. This is the horn. This connects your horn from one side to the other because it's rubber in the middle, right? It won't conduct electricity. So we also have this little horn wire piece, or you can just make one up with a piece of wire and a couple of ring terminals. Anyway, you want to see this, how cracked that is right there, right? That's a steering coupler that's gonna go bad. And when that goes bad and it cracks all the way through, you lose 100% of your steering. So you want to use a quality steering coupler. I like the German ones if you can get them. Sometimes they're spotty. If not, there's like a Brazilian aftermarket one that works fine. I don't like the urethane ones. And in my experience, the urethane ones crack. And actually, you know what? Here's an interesting piece of information. It's also called, and the old school dudes will call it a rag joint. And the reason they call it a rag joint, man, is if you look at that, see inside of there, that white stuff? It's like a fabric membrane sandwiched in there, built into the rubber. And just in case it breaks so it doesn't completely tear, like on your urethane one, it's just a piece of urethane. If it breaks, and they do break, you lose all steering. So use a rag joint steering coupler in your Volkswagen.